Hola mis, ¿qué tal? I'm Sierra LaFay, bienvenido a mi canal. So I actually got a really great question not too long ago, which was, how do I find the right heat trained hairstylist for me? So I'm just going to give you guys some quick tips and some questions to ask yourself and things to think about in terms of finding the right heat trained hairstylist for you. And if you have any further questions, you can feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Pero nada más a decir, pero vamos a empezar. So when looking for a hairstylist, there's obviously hair forums that you can go on. You can Google hairstylist in my neighborhood for black hair. You can even look on Instagram. I think the difficulty comes with hairstylists that particularly are heat trained hairstylists, because that particular word I feel like not many people use, but you want to try to find hairstylists that particularly straighten natural hair a lot. So maybe they say they specialize in a silk press or a blow dry and a flat iron, but there's a lot of stylists that will be able to do your hair well, but they just may not call themselves a heat trained hairstylist. So that's just something to note. I think the best way to find a hairstylist though is by word of mouth, whether it be with relatives or friends, or even if you see someone random on the street and you really like their hair, don't be afraid to ask them, because I think when you can actually see in person the work that a stylist is able to do, that'll help to save you from seeing multiple stylists to try to find the best one for you. But then again, you may have to go to multiple stylists before you find the right one for you, and that's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself. The first person you go to does not have to be the person that you stick with. And actually when I was 6, I started going to my first hairstylist, like professionally, and after she did my hair a couple of times, she was just like, she told my mom, this is too much, I can't do it, I'm gonna have to give your girls a perm. And my mom was like, no gracias, and she went and found us another hairstylist. Now how she found the hairstylist, I don't know. I'm gonna ask her. Hey mom, I got a quick question. Do you remember My mom doesn't remember how we found her. She said she may have prayed. So if anybody asks you, does prayer still work? Let them know that I said yes. But when you actually find a stylist, one of the first questions you need to ask yourself is, does this stylist have a good reputation? If they don't have a good reputation, don't even bother going to them, even if they do great work. Just sometimes stylists care more about the final results than the actual health of your hair. When you're meeting with a new hairstylist, make sure to tell them your goals for your hair. Let them know if you're trying to grow out your hair, if you're trying to heat train it, how much you want the curl pattern to actually possibly fall. You want to express to them what you ultimately want from going to see them regularly, if that is your plan. And make sure that they're examining your hair and giving you a step-by-step how together you guys are going to get your hair to the next place that you want it to be. I said be very cautious of a stylist who immediately tells you need to cut off a bunch of your hair and that it's not going to grow unless you get a certain amount cut off, because I don't believe that's true unless you just completely fried off your hair. But I say this all the time, if you have to get your hair cut, you can slowly cut it up as your hair grows out, so you don't have to go through such a drastic cut, because that can really mess with your esteem. I definitely went through that where I had to get my hair done for a shoot, and the lady said that my hair was so damaged and it needs to be cut off. My hair went from here to here. I cried like a baby. I gave her the control to tell me that my hair was just, nothing could be done with it, which looking back, I don't feel like it's true, but at the end of the day, if it was true, guess what? If I would have just let her cut maybe 1/4 of an inch, my hair would have still grew, and you just keep slowly cutting it off until you get all that damage off. So just be very careful when a stylist tells you like, I can only work with you unless you do what I say, in a sense, because I just feel like that's not, you have to be comfortable with the results, which leads me into my next point, which is, if they're doing your hair, are you actually liking the result? Just because someone claims that they can do your hair very healthy and make sure that it's growing, if you don't like how your hair is coming out at the end of it, then don't waste your money doing it. You deserve to have your hair come out healthy, be strong, and for it to look pretty, especially when you are paying money out of your pocket to do something like this. Another thing to ask yourself is, can you afford this hairstylist? You don't have to go super outside your budget or try to afford something that you really can't. just in getting your hair done regularly, there are stylists that do a decent job that are in your price point. So just keep asking, keep searching until you find what you're looking for. The thing I want to get most across to you is that you don't have to settle when it comes to finding a stylist for you. Make sure that every question that you're asking yourself about these stylists, that you have a great answer to it, because you shouldn't have to settle for something like that. Something else to ask yourself as they're doing your hair: are they taking the correct precautions in making sure that your hair is being taken care of as they are preparing it to be flat ironed? Are they deep conditioning it and having you sit under a hooded dryer? Are they taking their time with combing through your hair? Are they putting a heat protectant, a leave-in? Are the heat settings appropriate for your hair type? Feel free to speak up and ask your stylist, why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? Sometimes they may have a product that is a dual function, and they'll be able to explain to you. Don't be afraid to ask your stylist questions at all. If you're paying them, ask them every single thing that you can to make sure that the health of your hair is being maintained at the end of all of this. The last question is, do they respect your time? Ain't nobody got time for me to make my appointment at 3 and you don't start on me until 5 o'clock. Now, I do understand that occasionally this can happen, but if you find that it's happening every single time that you make your appointment, you may want to let your stylist know, hey, this may work for your other clients, but for me, I need to start on time or around my time, and make sure that they're respecting your time. So right now, I do have a heat trained hairstylist. I go to him really when I need my hair trimmed, and also very once in a while, just to make sure that my hair is okay. And when I get my keratin treatments, I'll have that video linked down below. I did vlog that. I also have a hairstylist that I go to for braids. And then I have a hairstylist that I go to for sew-ins. So it may be difficult to find a hairstylist that does everything well, but if you have multiple hairstylists, just make sure that whatever style they're doing to you, they are doing it very well and also maintaining the health of your hair. So for example, the girl who does my sew-ins does not braid my hair too tight at all where it's pulling, nor does she sew the hair too tight. She makes sure that I still have the ability to get in my hair when I need to moisturize or add whatever products I need to add in there. And then she also makes it very easy for me to take it out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget, when we hit 4K, I will be doing a very cool giveaway. So be sure to share this video with people you think would benefit from heat training hair, alternative to relaxers. Maybe they're just tired of being completely natural and want to still maintain their curl pattern, but also be able to manage their hair a little bit more easily. So bueno, yeah. Nada más a decir, pero hasta el video próximo. Assalamu alaikum.
I want to thank me for doing all this hard work.